Hello guys, welcome to this Excel tutorial video series. And in this video, we'll be discussing the following topics. Basically, what we would be discussing is regarding the basic options that are available in Excel and the data formatting, how we can perform the data formatting. So the following topics would be covered. First is how to find and replace something inside Excel. Then would be how to use the go to command. After that, we'll be discussing undo and redo, right? It's undo and redo. And after that, we'll be discussing something about the home tab and the clipboard group, right? The fonts group and the alignment group, and also the numbers group, right? So let's start with find and replace, right? So firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to click on in the editing group, we can find the find command. Once we click on it, what it is used for is, suppose in the Excel sheet you want to find something, right? Suppose over here I want to find Rohit, right? I'll click on find, and there are two options. One is find next and one is find all. What find next does is it just finds the first appearance of the word that we are searching for, right? And find all, what it does is it searches for all the available options for that particular word, right? So since in this whole sheet Rohit has come only once, we can just simply click on find next, right? Or we can find all when we'll get the same thing, because there's only just one appearance. So we get it, it's on E5 cell and the cell has been selected over here, right? Find next would have done the same thing. It would have, since it's just single appearance, but what it does is it goes one by one. Suppose we had 3 or 4 options available for Rohit, and it would have gone step by step, going through the first appearance, then the second appearance, and the third appearance. So that is what it does. And find all, it will show all the if suppose there are 4 Rohits, it will show all the 4 Rohits, and that is the difference between find all and find next, right? So let's talk about replace. So over here in the find only, we can find the replace, or if you want to see where it is in the find editing group, in the find and select option, you can go to replace and it will bring you to the same tab. What we can do is, suppose we want to replace Rohit with Ronit, right? Over here also we have special things over, like replace and replace all. So if we're selecting replace, it is same as like going for find next. It will replace one by one, starting from the first appearance, then the second appearance, and the third appearance, right? And replace all with simply, like if we have 4 appearance of the word, it will simply replace all the 4 appearance in one go, right? So we can press replace all since we have only one appearance. Show us all done. We have made one replacement, and you can see the cursor. It's Rohit is replaced with Ronit, right? So this is how we can do uh, find and replace. Now let's talk about goto. Goto is basically used for some special purpose. Suppose like we need to get to a particular cell and it's far off from our original screen, like, right? In this windows, I can see up till R column and 29 rows. Suppose I have to go somewhere else, then, and my sheet is really big, right? What I can do is I can simply type the cell number, right? I can type V10, then it will take me to V10. So this is how I can use go to a specific cell if I want to, right? Now there's also another way we can use, like supposedly we have some formula. Okay, we will talk about this formula later, and I'm just to show this how we can use go to, I'll just use this formula. What it does is it's just simply going to uh, add all these values, right? And supposedly my cursor is over here, right? And now I use go to. Go to is also used for like finding something in the like where the formula is used, right? So if I click on special and click on formulas, if I click OK, you can see now the formula has been selected. So goto is also used for some special purposes like this, like if you have to find where the formula is located in the sheet, so you can use goto over there, right? Next we'll talk about redo and undo. So what we can do is like suppose all this thing I've written, I wanted to undo it. I undo simply means like I don't want it now. I want to go a step back. So I'll come simply use undo from here on the top on the quick access toolbar, right? And if I click once, it will undo it. And redo is simply like I want this step again. I want to do this step again. So I'll redo this. Now it has brought back the sum, right? So this is how I can do undo. There's another way. If you press Control Y, it will redo, right? And if I press Control Z from the keyboard, it will undo. So this is another shortcut that you can use. Okay, so moving on to our home tab, clipboard group, we'll talk about something like cut, copy, paste. So simply if I want to cut Rohan from here and paste it somewhere else, I can use the cut from here, or I can press Control X from my keyboard. They solve the same purpose, right? And then if I press Control V, or I can press paste from here, right? So it has pasted the value over here. It has cut from this part and it has pasted over H16, right? What if I want to copy it? So same thing. I'll select what I want to copy and I'll click on the place where I want to paste it, and then I'll click on paste. So the copy shortcut, I'll just tell you the to copy the shortcut is Control plus C, right? And to cut the shortcut is Control plus V. Then if you want to paste it, the shortcut is Control plus V. The cutting shortcut is Control plus X, and to undo, the shortcut is Control Z, Control plus Z. Okay, and then the redo, the shortcut is Control plus Y. So these are the shortcuts that will help you. Excel is all about being quick with the work, so like shortcuts are very useful. So anyways, next we'll talk about, we know cut, we know copy, we know paste. We'll talk about Format Painter. So what I'll do is I'll just delete this. Over here you can see there's these names and marks. These are a little more bolder, and you can see that selection is bold. So what if I want to copy this formatting and paste it somewhere else? I want it on the fonts group, right? So suppose it had color as well, it had a lot of formatting, right? So if I wanted that same formatting and to apply that on this individually is a tougher task. So what I do is I apply it once and then use Format Painter, because Format Painter, what it does is it copies the formatting so that you can directly paste it. So you see, like over here the cell was single cell, so it had over here the cells, there were two cells combined. So it had copied the formatting as it is from the names, right, on the E3 cell, and it pasted the formatting exactly as it is on the fonts group, right? So that is what Format Painter is used for. Let's move to the fonts group. So what we can do in the fonts group is like we can make the text bold. If you want to make it bold, you simply click on bold, right? It gets bold. If you want italic, the next is italic. If you want it underline, this is how. And underline has some options like double underline or single underline, right? After that, it's the border. So suppose like I'll just click here. Suppose it's I click here, and I wanted a border on top, right? So that's a border on the top. If I want a border on the right, then I get the on the right as well. If I want all borders, then it shows me the all borders over here, right? So border I can apply as per my need. If I want top, left, right, or bottom, or all borders, right? So you can explore some more options what are available with the borders, like thick outside border and all these double borders and all that, right? Also, you can change the color of the border. right? And you can change the line style, right? So you just play with it so that you get comfortable with it. After that, we'll talk about background color. So the next option is background fill. So we can select what background we wish to fill in, right? After that, it's the font color. If you want to change the font color to something else, you can do that, right? Then is the font type. So suppose this is the font type, I want to change it to something else, I can use this option. And there are a lot of fonts available, and you need to try it out to see what fits best for you, right? And after that, it's the font size. So one option is like from here I can increase or decrease the font. Another is these two options, right? If I want the size of the font to decrease, I'll simply click on this and you can see the font size is decreasing. And if I want the font size to increase, I can click on here and you see the font size is increasing. After that, let's move to the alignment group. So what happens in alignment is like, suppose let's just increase. Yeah. Okay. So firstly is the vertical align, right? So vertical align is, suppose your cell is very big, right? And this part is the vertical alignment, right? So presently it's aligned to bottom. What if I want it in the center? I'll click on here. So now it's in the center. Or if I want it on the top. So that's how I can select it, right? Second is like if I want the horizontal alignment, I want it left, center, or right, right? So this is how you can align it. So this was the vertical and the horizontal alignment. Next is indentation. So what happens is like over here, suppose I want to move it a little left or a little right, I can do it with this, right? It is basically moving it in tab spaces. So what I can do is if I want to, align a particular something inside a cell to a different spacing, I can use this thing, indentation, right? So you can right indent it or left indent it, basically decrease indent or increase indent. All right. So let's go further and talk about rotation. So over here, you can see there's an option of orientation. On the orientation, you have a lot of options over here. If you want to align the text vertically, if you want to rotate text down, right? You have further rotate text up, right? You have to angle it clockwise. So the whole over here, the whole cell has moved, right? So that is why it's showing like this. So if you want to angle a text, so you can do that as well. If you want a custom angle alignment, then you go to format, and after that you can select the angle you want, right? And you see there's the rotation, and because this border has moved because the whole cell has rotated to this angle, right? So I hope so you understood this part. I'll just undo it, right? Let's talk about wrapping text. So wrapping text is used, suppose over here like my cell width is this, so you can see L column and the M column, right? So my merge and center are coming towards the M column, right? So what do I do? I want something like you know I want that this merge and center comes to this same column, right? It just fits in this particular column. So what do I do is I simply click on the text which I want in the same column and click on wrap text. So it will increase the row height and it will fit the whole of the text inside the same column. So that is what it is used for. So let's talk about merge and center. So what if I want these two columns, these two cells to make up one row, these two cells to make up one single cell. So how do I do that? I simply click on merge and center, and now this whole cell has become one. So that is what merge and center is used for. So I hope so this part is also clear. So let's move further and talk about the numbers. Basically, there are different data types, number format. There are different formats for the data types or the text or the data that we can fill in Excel, right? So one is general. So general can be text or a number, but it it takes it as a very general form, like over here 10 I've written, it is general. If I write text, it's also general. So text is aligned to the left, the number is aligned to the right? But it is considered as general. But what if I wanted some decimals, right? So over here, this is a number format. So once, okay, see this change. Now presently I've selected the general 10, right? What if I go here and click on number? You see the decimals have been added and the number has been changed to a number. So the number has always decimals inside it. And what if we want to remove it? Over here you can see increase decimal or decrease decimal. So if I want to increase, I'll simply click on this. If I want to decrease the decimals, I'll click on here. So it's 10 and it's still a number format. I can convert it to general also, right? So after that, let's talk about currency. Currency is like from here you can select the accounting, right? And if you want to select the currency type, over here there's a quick options over here, and you can select which currency you want, right? There are more accounting formats as well, but these are the quick currencies that you can choose from, right? So let's talk about date. So if you write a text like this, 10, 11, 2020, it will automatically take it as a date, right? If I click on it, you see it's a date, but it's basically a short date, right? So if you want it to be a long date, what you can do is you can click on this. So now it has converted to long date, right? And then is the time. So there's like a custom format for time as well. You can select the time format and it will change it to time format as well, right? If I write 3, so it is basically a custom format, right? Or it's also a time format, right? How it changes it is basically hours, minutes, and seconds. So you can change it like that, like whatever you want, right? Uh, let's talk about percentages. So if you want a percentage, like if I click on here, if I write a number, right, I want it to be percentage, I simply click on here and it makes it a percentage. Now over here it has taken it 1200%, right? So I can simply delete the zeros, or or for particular value I can also go from here and select percentage, right? So that is how I can make a percentage, a number as a percentage, right? After that, let's talk about decimals. Decimals I have already told you, you can also select from here, uh, right? And go to numbers, right? So that is one way of doing it. After that, comma separated. Okay, so supposedly you have a very large number, right? And if you want to change it to, into a readable format, you simply use a comma separated. So once you click on the number which I want to be comma separated, I click here, and after that I click on comma styles. And once I click on it, you can see that the number has changed to a more readable format. So I hope so you understood all of this. Like, this is the basic data formatting and basic options available in Excel. And these are very necessary because these are the first part or the first step towards learning Excel. And you just keep on practicing it, explore with it, try out things with it, and you'll get to know more, because only by doing hands on would you be able to understand and get a grip and get a proper hold of the Excel. So I hope so. This tutorial was clear for you. This part was clear for you, and we'll discuss some more and better and different topics regarding getting deeper into Excel and knowing more about Excel in the next video. So thank you for watching this video.